Hi guys, this is gsndom.com and I'm here with the HTC Sensation XL, one of the biggest Android smartphones out there, and so to say an alternative with Android to the HTC Titan. As I said, since this is a huge phone, it has a 4.7-inch display, so it's one of the biggest handsets out there, and it's at the limit to being a tablet. As far as its specs go, we're dealing here with an HTC Sensation that has an upgrade, when it comes to size at least. This model is 9.9mm thick, it weighs 162.5 grams, so it's pretty heavy in the user's hand and it's pretty big. And here is the back styling, in case you're wondering. The case design has changed a bit. I guess that it has changed to avoid the dead grip problems. You might know that the HTC Sensation XE had dead grip problems, but more about that later. The screen, as I said, 4.7 inches, just like the HTC Titan. The resolution is 480 over the 800 pixels. That's a bit disappointing, especially since this is an Android phone. I understood that Titan was a Windows phone, so the limitation was logical, considering the specs. This is an SLCD display, so this means lots of brightness, vibrant colors, but also some battery draining. This is the weather, to give you an idea of how the screen looks and what the graphics on the phone are. This is the classic weather widget that you must have seen on some other HTC phones. Okay, continuing the specs, inside there is a Scorpion CPU, a single core one, 1.5 GHz. There's also 16 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage, 768 megabytes of RAM. So not even 1 GB, we would have needed that. That's for sure. The phone will suffer from the fact that it only has so little RAM and such a weak CPU, so to say. It's not even a dual core, so that's about it. As far as the OS goes, we have Android 2.3.5 and HTC Sense 3.5. And as far as connectivity goes, you get HSDPA, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, DLNA. It's Bluetooth 3.0, in case you're wondering. This is still a phone, so here's the contact section, the groups of people, the contacts you can sync. We have a call history, and here's the list of people selected by letters if you want, and that's about it when it comes to the phone. At the back there's an 8 megapixel camera with a speaker next to it. Also, this one supports autofocus, it has the dual LED flash, geotagging. The phone also comes with FM stereo radio. It's got Beats audio technology, so that explains this marking right here. Then the symbol of the Beats audio technology that you'll also see when you start up the phone. We have the classic ring for unlocking in the HTC Sense interface. The battery inside this smartphone is a lithium-ion unit. 1600 mAh. It's good enough for 7 hours of talk time and about 1 or 2 days of functioning time. So the handset is exactly the same as the HTC Titan when it comes to specs. The same camera, the same CPU, same screen size, but it comes with Android and this nifty little addition. These are the Beats audio headphones. You must know that HTC purchased the company, Beats by Dr. Dre, and sells these headphones with a couple of its models. Another thing worth mentioning is the partnership between HTC and Dropbox. So here we are. We have a Dropbox app pre-installed. You may want to remember that, since this will happen on all the future devices. This is a quad-band GSM Edge handset. It's got GPS, digital compass, gyroscope, proximity sensor, a front camera, 1.3 megapixels, in case you're wondering. And now let's have a look at the design. The classic 4 capacitive buttons at the bottom, the home menu, back and search. On the right side we have the volume button, on the left side the micro USB port, below nothing, and at the top we have the on-off button and the audio jack. At the back, as I said, the camera, the speaker, and that's about it. Now let's check out the browser on the handset to see how our site loads. So let's try to add a new window. So we have this tag, and we open one more and open up our website. Here we are. This is gsmdome.com. Let's try to load it in landscape mode. See some pinch to zoom, it works just fine. Some scrolling, text is seen just fine. And now let's try to alternate between the windows. So this is how you switch between pages. Now it's time for some multimedia features. For example, let's try to listen to some music. To listen to Nicky Sixx band, 6 AM. Turn up the volume. You can also connect these headphones. You simply insert this one here, and you're given the option to activate a Beats profile. So here we have the headphones, and now I'm going to have the Beats profile available. We have the sound enhancer option here, and as you can see, enable Beats audio. It simply adds a little bit more bass to the experience. So if I select play, here's Beats audio enabled. I guess that you can even hear it from our review. Very good headphones when it comes to bass. So if you love a lot of bass in your songs, that's nice. If you want acoustic guitar, you won't hear it that well. What's sad is that these headphones only have these controls. Let me show you. We only have the forward and back and call, reject call button, play and pause, but we have no volume buttons on the headphones. I would have liked a volume button to tweak my audio experience. And now, since we're in the multimedia section, let's also see some video playback. Let's use the HTC Watch service. See if it works. Doesn't seem to support my region. Let's try a trailer at least. This comedy with Mark Wahlberg, the other guys, and see what the graphics are on this big screen, 4.7 inch.
Tell me once again why I got on this roof. I chalked that up to bad life choices. In the toughest city in the world, nobody fights crime like these guys. Somebody called.
So you can switch between movies like this. This is the HTC Watch service, as I said. And now to end the multimedia section, as you might have already heard, the speaker is great, video playback is great, headphones perfect with that bass, but not so much when it comes to the volume changing from the little remote you have there. And now it's time for some camera action, provided that I find it faster. That's why people want camera buttons on their devices. So let's use the headphones and take a quick picture. As you can see, the picture is taken quickly, and we have some effects here. The interface is very similar to the one you saw on HTC Rime, since it's the same HTC Sense 3.5 UI after all. These are the options you can use: depth of field, vintage, and these are the settings you can use: white balance, ISO, resolution, geotagging, autofocus, shutter sound. Of course, there's video capture. I would have expected 1080p, but better luck with that. We have no trace of that. We only have 720p and a slow motion mode. That's actually quite interesting. Okay, enough with the camera. Let's see what else this baby can do, this Gingerbread phone. Of course, we have the social networking feature available through the widget that I'm using here, the friend stream. I have integrated my Twitter and Facebook accounts, and it's loading what people are saying. You can load their locations, recent check-ins. These are notifications. You can also refresh, see your profile, try it in landscape. Of course, you can also use the separate apps for Twitter and Facebook if you want. So for example, for Twitter you can go to the app that you have installed, official app, and for Facebook you can go to the brand new Android app with its cool interface and ease of use. I like very much this area right here that allows you to access the main areas of your phone. So that's pretty cool. The rest is pretty run of the mill. We have the calendar right here, at least the calendar widget. This is the agenda section. Of course, you can customize the screen with various widgets and apps. Here's a selection of them. Of course, we have Gmail available in the classical simplistic version. We also have Maps installed. Let's try to select a satellite view. Here we are with the satellite view. Looks pretty nice on this big screen. Okay, of course we have YouTube. Also install the task killer since this is a single core CPU after all, and I don't want my experience to be slowed down. Let's see what other things we have. There is also an e-reading app called Reader, and here's the YouTube I was talking about, the classic YouTube experience. I'm giving you a quick rundown through all the features, although you've seen most of them on other HTC phones, so nothing special here. Then now it's time to look at some apps that I installed. I'm going to focus on games since it's around Christmas time anyway. For example, we have a new version of Angry Birds. This one is an anniversary edition. Angry Birds is now 2 years old, and they offer us the game Angry Birds 1.0 in the anniversary edition. It's called Birthday Party. It also has a storyline attached to it, as usual. They have the birthday cake, and the evil birds try to steal it. What's nifty is that we have this big bird that was recently implemented in a previous version a couple of months ago, and that all the levels from the previous versions are unlocked. You'll see what I mean immediately. So here they are. This is Angry Birds, as I said, 1.0, and all the levels are unlocked. So that's pretty cool. And now I'm going to show you another app, sorry. It's called Star Blitz. This one is all about space and sci-fi. As you can see, the volume and colors on this device are bright and loud respectively. So we have loud volume and a brilliant display. Resolution not so much. Okay, let's try to... Okay. To play a little bit of game with the ships. It doesn't seem to want to play it. Anyway, you saw Angry Birds, you saw the colors on this beautiful screen, and hopefully this time it will work. It seems that every game nowadays is connected to Facebook in some way. It insists that I should be online. Anyway, as I said, this is a great device, but if you saw the HTC Titan you won't be impressed by it. It has that big screen with vibrant colors. It has the reasonable camera. It could have done 1080p to make the users more happy. It takes pretty decent pictures, as you can see in this beautiful gallery. The screen is great with vibrant colors. The speaker is very loud, so that's nice. We also have those cool headphones from Beats by Dr. Dre integrated into HTC now. So when it comes to the video side and the audio side, you're happy. But when it comes to the resolution, that's a mere 480 over 800 pixels, I'm pretty disappointed. So if you want an HTC Titan with Android, this is the solution. But for some people this phone may seem too big, too bulky, and too heavy to handle, even with this nice audio system and the nice video playback that's going on. Okay guys, this is gsandon.com, hope you like the review and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.